to me not long after finishing the Spire Ultra, and what it turns out happened is that at the age of 50 I ran a 50k and I finished in 50th place. So if that isn't a nice place to call the end of one chapter and start a new one, and I don't know what is. Hi folks, how you doing? I'm back as my long training plan came towards an end in those final couple of weeks, and the race day came and went. I've been putting quite a bit of thought into what I'm going to do next with my running, and hand in hand with that, the YouTube channel. Obviously my first thought was, hopefully I get to go out inappropriately dressed with no jacket and get caught in a rain shower. So here we are. Mission accomplished. Dreams do come true. So now it's time to move on to the next thing, or things. And I've been mulling over quite a few different plans and ideas, and I'm looking forward to each and every one of them. If you'd asked me what was going to come up next in the early stages of training for the Ultra, I almost certainly would have said I'm going to recover and then go into a 2 or 3 month training plan where I'm aiming to get a 10k PB. Anything faster than 45:20 would be a PB, but I'm sure I had the numbers sub 40 going around in my head at some points, in that deluded way I do sometimes. I'm not even sure, well, I'm fairly sure I couldn't run a sub 25k at the moment, so that definitely would have been one of my stretch goals, which I like to set. And yeah, for a while there that probably would have been the plan, but having just come out the other side of an 18-week plan where I've been focused on one single goal, one race, one target time, everything's been focused towards that. All the training has been based on getting to that. No variety apart from the long run routes where I got to go out and enjoy some different places and re-recce the course and such like. But apart from that, it was pretty staid, pretty steady stuff really. And having come out the other side, I am longing for some variety. I don't fancy having another 3 months where I don't do any park runs, don't do any races, don't do any challenges, and yeah, I don't really progress with any of the other series that I've got going on in the background and that I've already been working towards on the channel. So now I think it's time to put together a plan where I can enjoy all of those different things. I don't have to spend such a long time with a single focus and just sticking to a plan. I want to get back to expressing myself in different ways, making progress on my parkrun NENDY list, trying some local races and all that other good stuff. So this being Monday, just over a week after the race, this is my first run back. Did a few little walks last week and everything felt okay. The first thing that tightened up as I set off on this run was the right calf, but that eased off almost straight away. So far, just about to reach the end of the nature reserve. Everything's feeling really good, and of course I'm taking it really easy. Just going to do one length of the reserve today. It's Wednesday afternoon now. My daughter got me this nice new running singlet for my birthday. So I've got that combined with the new sunglasses. Should be powering through the run today. Back on the topic of the new direction that I'm going to take with my running and the channel over the upcoming months. Although I do enjoy a good training block with a specific goal, I can't just do one after the other. I am craving variety right now and missing a lot of stuff that I used to do before I started that 18-week plan for the Ultra. So I'm wanting to get back out doing some park runs, local races, just going on adventures on the trails, and hopefully getting a bit further towards finishing that first series of I ran home from adventures, where I was getting the bus and train possibly, depending where we end up, and then running home. There were 8 planned for the first series. I've done 6, and then things kind of had to be put on hold for a short while. And in the spirit of the test run, I'll also be trying out some other things that I've never done before in the world of running. And yeah, I'm excited for all of that lot. Still want to keep making progress, keep my fitness up, hopefully build it. I looked at the charts on, I think it was on Garmin recently, at the last 12 months, and my average weekly distance was about 36 point something kilometers. Did involve being injured for over a month at the end of the year, of course, but as an average over 12 months, I think I could do better. I have got something resembling a plan. Don't just want to be completely freestyling. I need some kind of guidance just to prompt me to get stuff done on the days I want to run, but it's flexible compared to those goal specific ones that I've been doing for races recently. So the crux of this new plan will be, during the week I'll be running on my usual days. Thursday's rest day, running on the other 4, and I'll be aiming to get roughly 30 kilometers in on those 4 weekday runs. So nothing mad, but enough so that when we look at my 36 point something kilometer weekly average from the last 12 months, that 30 odd gives me a good base to go and have some fun at the weekend and get that mileage looking more decent and helping me to build my fitness, so that when I do have a serious running goal in the future, I should have a good base fitness. So from a YouTube point of view, all of these different projects that I'll have running and enjoying getting into at the weekends will be a bit like several concurrent series that I'll be bringing up each in turn, depending what I do on each weekend. Whether it's a park run, where I'll be exploring my NENDY list, seeing which is my nearest park run I'm not done yet, and heading out to that one. Races, definitely want to introduce some variety to the types of races I get into, so that should be fun. I ran home from, there'll be big weekends, at least until I finish this first series, before I can then reset and plan the next series, where we can start from something a bit easier but somewhere new, and then start to build up again. Alright folks, Friday afternoon now, finished work before the bank holiday weekend, just out for a steady one, probably about 7 kilometers today, taking it easy but not worrying about the heart rate. If I'm enjoying running up a hill and the heart rate climbs for a minute or two, it's all part of the fun. So still on the theme of how I'm going to be enjoying my running over the next few months, I've got the NENDY list of my nearest park runs I've not done yet, and I've decided to aim to get through all of the ones that are within about a half-an-hour drive of home. So it's a fair few on the list still to be done, so looking forward to working down those. Part of the fun of doing them in order means I'm not picking and choosing what terrain I get on any given week, whether it's a hilly one or a flat one. I'm just working out them in order and seeing what happens. Always nice to have a bit of a surprise. I have decided on a couple of local races that I'd like to do, and the one that's coming up the soonest, I think it's about 6 weeks time, something like that. I decided to book it before they sell out, so I've got one race booked and quite a few other exciting things in the calendar already. So yeah, definitely can't wait to work through these things, enjoy each one, enjoy the variety of doing all these different races, runs and challenges. I think this will be my final run of this week. Have a rest day from the running tomorrow, and then I should be ready to start my first full week of training, or regular running I should say, using my new rough plan next week. And I've also got my first event planned for next weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'm 51 now. I started running just before my 45th birthday, so I've done 6 years of running, and I have to say I'm enjoying it now at least as much as I ever have done. So when it comes to racing, one thing that's tended to happen with me, and I haven't done that many races as someone who's been running for 6 years, I kind of decided to enter races having been running for quite a while, and I've done them fairly sporadically since then. But in almost every case I've been gunning for a PB in each one, and yeah, as a new runner that kind of makes sense, you've got plenty of room for improvement. So yeah, that's been the case in almost every race up to now, and that's almost been the purpose of all my races up to now. Train beforehand, have some kind of goal time in mind, which will be a new PB, and go out there and see if I can get it. And I've been pretty successful up to now, PBs in almost every race. So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens when I turn up to a race and I don't have a target pace in mind. I'm there to have a go whilst enjoying myself, and possibly not run myself into the ground like I typically would. So no idea how that's going to pan out really, but really keen to find out. So even though I came this way, the Spire Ultra route comes down here along there. I hadn't actually taken a proper note of this bench here. Looks like a new one, which is good. I think it might be replacing this poor excuse for a bench. That one's seen better days. But thankfully we've got a new one to sit on. Should we need to, I'm running of course, yeah, they're stopping me. On the homeward leg now, only a few K to go, and that will be this week's running done and dusted. So just need to be vigilant of any niggles starting to appear. Absolutely fine so far this week, so I'll be gradually ramping things up next week and just keeping an eye on things. So while I'm here, just want to say thank you to everyone who followed my training journey towards the Spire Ultra. It was a long one. Thanks for sticking with it. I think that's the longest training plan I'll ever do. Seemed to stretch things out quite a bit, and yeah, everyone who watched the race and commented on that, really appreciate the support and all the kind comments. So on to the next things. You'll find out what I'm doing next weekend fairly soon, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks again guys, I'll see you soon.